So have you noticed your friends starting to make these big life decisions, things like buying houses and starting families and talking about investments? Are you thinking to yourself or maybe looking at your spouse and saying, are we supposed to be making these decisions, or can we even make these decisions? If you are, you're not alone. And you're probably like almost every millennial client that's ever talked to me that has had these same three questions. And those questions go like this. They go, hey, I have a lot of student loans, but I'd like to buy a house. Is that possible? Second is, okay, so I have these loans, but I know I'm supposed to be saving for retirement. How much should I be paying towards the loans? How much should I be saving for long-term goals like retirement? Third is, okay, so if I have debt, I have a potential house, I'm supposed to be saving for retirement as well. Like, how am I supposed to do anything else? How am I supposed to start a family, to travel, to do all these other things that I want to do in life? And unfortunately, I don't have a silver bullet plan for you. I can't say, man, if you save this amount a month, you'll be okay. Because everybody has different situations. Everybody has different incomes. They have different loan amounts. They have different goals in life. And that's okay. That's a great thing. So what I can do, and what I tell everyone who asks me this question, is there's a set of steps that anyone can take. And if you take the time to walk through these, you'll be able to answer really any financial question that you have. The first step is to look at your entire financial picture. And I mean everything. You need to know how much you have, how much you owe, know where all your accounts are, what types of accounts they are, know what loans you have, what the interest rates on those loans are, what the value of your house, your car, everything. And there's some great online tools to do this, where you can aggregate all your bank accounts. You can put your loans in there. You can it gives you a total net worth statement, and that's really what you want for this big picture. Now, part of that, and the second step, is to become very familiar with your cash flow. Know exactly how much money is coming in and how much is going out every month. Know how much is going towards things you need to survive and how much is going towards the things you don't need but you want to spend money on, right? Now, the third step is to define what we like to call your big rocks. These are the things in life that are of utmost importance to you, the things that you need, that you feel like you need to be fulfilled. So that might be starting a family. Like, starting a family is really, really important to you. It might be going back to school. It may be getting debt-free. That may be a big rock to you. So, but define your priorities. Because without those, without having something to work towards, it's really hard to plan for the short-term things. The fourth is to begin with the end in mind. And this is the part that's especially hard for young people to think about. But one of your big rocks, I know I just said, come up with your own and make it what's important to you. I'm just telling you right now, one of your big rocks should be retirement. It's really hard to think about. Say you're 30 years old, you might have another 35 years until retirement, and it feels like you have forever. But it's one of those things that starting early makes such a huge difference down the road. So whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a big amount. Put some money aside for retirement. Just do it. Just trust me. You're gonna thank me for it down the road. The next step, the fifth step, is coming up with a 5-year plan. Now, I know that sounds scary and it sounds cliche, and I don't want to come up with a 5-year plan. Things can change. I understand that, but you can have a pretty good idea of the major things you need to spend money on in the next 5 years, right? Say your car is on its last leg and you're going to need a new car in the next year or two. That goes on your 5-year plan. Say you just got engaged and there's a wedding coming up. That goes on your 5-year plan. Maybe if you're in that situation as well, in 3 or 4 years, kids might be in the picture. That goes on your plan. This plan can adjust over time. It's not stagnant. It's not written in stone. But it's important for you to know what you might be spending money on down the road. So set that 5-year plan. That's going to help you plan out your spending. 6, this step really applies to people that only applies to people that have debt, and that's part of their financial plan. But know the interest that you're paying. Whether or not you should save extra money or pay down that debt or invest for retirement or pay down debt really comes down to what the interest rate is on the debt. I don't have a lot of time to get into all of that, but know the interest and prioritize based on high interest rate. And the last step is just know that this is an art, not a science, right? So you'll walk through all these steps. You'll figure out what you have. You'll figure out your cash flow so you know what's coming in and what's going out every month. You'll set your priorities. And once you have those priorities, once you know those things that you want to save for, and you look at your cash flow and you say, okay, so I spend $2,000 a month on the things I absolutely need to survive. That's rent, mortgage, food, whatever. I make $3,000 a month. That means I have $1,000 a month that I can play with, right? I can spend that, or I can save that towards one of my priority items. If you need $10,000 or $20,000 for a down payment on a house in 2 years, but you're only able to save $500 a month, it's not going to work. The math doesn't add up, right? And so it makes it pretty easy. Once you have outlined this whole financial situation, you know the steps to follow. It makes it pretty easy to create your own plan, to answer any of these financial questions that you might have. So if you have trouble doing this on your own, which a lot of people do, that's no problem. We actually have a system designed to help people like that. We have our financial roadmap. So in that, you'll walk through all of these steps with a financial advisor like myself, and we'll help you answer all these questions, and we'll help you collect all your data, and we'll end up answering or giving you steps to take care of 3 of your biggest financial issues or goals. And it's a really, really great service. And so if you're interested in that, hit the link below. It's only $249, and you get all of that. You get a firm financial foundation and next steps forward. So thanks for listening today. I hope we added some value to your life, and I'll see you next time.